Former Trump Organization CFO Allen Weisselberg took the stand for his third day of testimony this week in the criminal trial against the Trump Organization.
Yes, yesterday, Weisselberg said former President Trump and two of his children played a role in a scheme to defraud tax authorities.
In August, Weisselberg pleaded guilty to charges filed by the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. He's accused of receiving more than $1.7 million in untaxed compensation. Weisselberg is still on the Trump Organization payroll. CBS News reporter Graham Cates is with us now to share more about this reporting. Hi there, Graham. So what was the focus of Weisselberg's testimony for prosecutors?
Hi. So prosecutors wanted to show that Weisselberg, while he pleaded guilty, wasn't alone in this, that he was with other executives at the company participating in a scheme to allow them to get very, very luxurious benefits, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth, combined millions worth in benefits and other things like luxury apartments, and that they were able to use company resources to skate on taxes for that and also benefit the company itself. And they also, as you said, tried to show that perhaps maybe Donald Trump and at least two of his sons knew about the scheme or in some way a part of it. Although that last piece of it, it really never came clear in that part. They were hitting home on that right until the very end when they let Weisselberg off the stand today.
So how did the defense attorneys counter that when they questioned Weisselberg?
The defense attorneys for the Trump Organization really tried to show that Weisselberg acted alone. They tried to say, you're the one who benefited from this. In fact, you betrayed the Trump family, who you worked for some 50 years. They said you were there right with them. You were as trusted as a member of their own family, and yet you were doing something that we see the company on trial now that in the end was harmful to the company itself.
And Graham, I know you've been following this story for some time. Weisselberg actually got emotional at one point. Didn't he? Tell us about that.
Yeah, it was maybe the most intense moment of this trial, which has been going on since October. Under questioning from the Trump Organization attorney, Allen Weisselberg, he said to Weisselberg, did you ever scheme with the Trumps? And Weisselberg said no. And he said, did you conspire with the Trumps? And Weisselberg said no. And he had a series of questions like this. And then finally he said, are you embarrassed about what you did? And Weisselberg really audibly choked up and then said, more than you can imagine.
Wow. Well, this trial is unique because of its connection to the former president. You learned the law firms involved have relationships with his political apparatus. Can you explain exactly how?
Yes, this is kind of new. Throughout the trial, they've made a point, the prosecutors have made a point of highlighting how many of the people we're hearing from have attorneys that are paid for by the Trump Organization, including Allen Weisselberg himself. But what we've learned now is that actually Trump's political apparatus is also paying a lot of the law firms involved in the trial, and that includes two of them that work for the Trump Organization. They've received money, $100,000 in September for one firm from the Save America PAC, which is one of Trump's PAC, and another one has gotten over $300,000 in the last 2 months from the RNC. And then even Allen Weisselberg's attorneys have received $75,000 from the Save America PAC. Now, one thing that isn't clear is we're not 100% sure that this is going towards a Trump Organization trial, but I asked all three firms and lawyers for all three firms, is this money for the trial? And they all gave kind of non-committal answers. Either I can't talk to you about that, or I'll have to check with my accounting department, one said. Another one said, I do a lot of stuff.
Well, Graham Cates, a great deal of reporting there. We thank you for your time.